isn't just a superpower. It's the mystery Babylon warned about in Revelation. But is that just a conspiracy or a prophecy unfolding? The Bible describes Babylon as a powerful, rich city ruling over the kings of the earth, a nation full of immorality, witchcraft, and blasphemy.
First off, I want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Hagwadash. I also want to give a double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this word, and the brothers who teach them with sincerity. And also want to give a salutation to the elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. And according to, the world is finally finding out because, they know they've been listening to the Israelites. They ain't going to tell the truth. That's the only reason they would know anything. Because they are correct. All right. Revelation 17. That mystery Babylon is talking about America. All right. So I'm going to go through it. I might just do a part 1 and part 2 because I'm at work. I'm on break. Lunch break. I didn't give myself enough time to sit down and thoroughly go through it. So we're going to just go through the first part because the woman in the video, she's going to bring out multiple precepts and I'm going to break them all down, Lord willing. It's Revelation 17, the doom of Babylon. All right. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto you the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that great whore is talking about America. All right. The whore is talking about America. Because America, and the reason why they call it a whore, because what does a whore do? A whore sleeps with everybody, right? America is in bed with all nations, and all nations come here to make their money. That's why you have all nations here in America. They all come here to do trading and deals with America and treaties and all that stuff. I'm gonna just say that for now, unless something else comes upon my head. That sitteth upon many waters, and the waters represent people. All right. Let's see. He said, and I will show you the judgment of the going to come on the great prostitute who rules over many waters. Yeah, because a whore is a prostitute. A prostitute just means she's cheap and she sleeps with everybody. All right, so America trades with everybody on earth. That's why it's charging everybody tariffs that nobody's paying, because it has that power with whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And that's just talking about the other countries come here to make money, like I said. And other countries, when other countries come here to America, they have to give off their culture and become America culture, which is Satanism, all these false philosophies, all these weird religions, and they have to convert to this place. It's just like when you come to America and you went to college, you got to come here and get re-educated. Right, and that's been drunken off America's way, America's philosophy, fornicating with these witches and warlocks to get this money, to get this bag. Right, that's like the other countries come over here and sell out to Baal and start doing that sacrificing to Baal and all that stuff. That's all American stuff, right? So you got to come over here and be a part of this system, which is wickedness. And you got to give up everything, your morals and your meaning, to come over here and be a part of America. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman set upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 7 horns. 7 heads and 7 horns. The 7 heads is the Greek, the Germans, the British, the French, the Romans, Germania Minor, Germania Minor, and the 10 horns being the EU, the European Union. And the woman has arrayed in purple and scarlet colored and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in their hands full of abominations. That means that the woman was attractive. She had riches, she had money. It's describing America. Riches, money, everything. America was that golden cup. That golden cup, all right, of the world, the superpower of the world, America. Everybody come and trade to get rich and make money with America. So the scarlet, she was decked out. She had everything. She was beautiful, pearls, cup of gold in her hand, full of abominations. Because in order to get that gold and that cup and them things, you see what the celebrities go through. You got to hop in bed with these Edomites. All right, and you see where that gets you messed up. All right, with her lies, these different doctrines, these different religions, these different, just so much. That's why this place Babylon goes to the word Babel, which means confusion. And upon her forehead was a name written, Babylon, mystery Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, which is America. It's talking about America, bro. What else would it be talking about? And when the scriptures talk, it's talking about what's going on in real time. It's talking about America. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And yeah, because America killed all the saints. That's how America established America, because it was called Azareth the Thirst. And they came here and murdered the tribes that were here, the tribe of Gad, maybe Reubenites, you know, and they murdered them, and they act like they discovered this place. So it's definitely talking about America. All right, drunk with blood of the saints, and the saints are the Israelites, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua, you know, those who died for the Lord. All right, and that's, you're going to see that coming now, future prophecy. That's coming now, when the devil should come down with great wrath, knowing you have a short time. Hey, the devil should cast some of you in prison for 10 days. Hey, he's going. Some of us is going to be martyrs. Some of us is going to be beheaded for the truth. It's talking about America. All right. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. I already went into that, who that was. All right. The beast that was soft was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name were not written in the book of life. Because you people, only the elect know how to break these scriptures down, and whose name was not in the book of life is going to be you heathens. All right, you know, it's going to be you heathens, and you 2/3 to get destroyed, which y'all going to come back, but y'all going to be destroyed. All right. So they're going to wonder what's going on. But the prophets, we know what's going on. We know what these scriptures say. And here is the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads and 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. All right. Honestly, I didn't want to read the rest of that, because I don't have much time, but I don't even think I had enough time to do this lesson. So I'm going to save this for later. I'll come back with a part 2.
City ruling over the kings of the earth, a nation full of Some believe the United States isn't just a superpower. It's the mystery Babylon warned about in Revelation. But is that just a conspiracy or a prophecy unfolding? The Bible describes Babylon as a powerful, rich city ruling over the kings of the earth, a nation full of immorality, witchcraft, and blasphemy, a place that sits on many waters, symbolizing influence over many nations. Now consider America. It exports culture, entertainment, and military across the globe. It leads in wealth, power, and media, but also in moral decay. It's home to churches, yet full of spiritual confusion. Come out of her, my people, so you will not share in her sins.
I believe America is Babylon described in Revelation. In one of my last videos, I talked about how the principalities are a symbol Cold War after that military parade in China. And I want to connect that with something even bigger, the Bible's picture of Babylon in the last days. Revelation 17:1-2 says, Babylon sits on many.
So, get back to this, because I did some of it at work, but I didn't have enough time to really go through the whole video. So I broke down Revelations 1 and 2. And I broke down 3. Oh, and I broke down 4 too. Salaki, I'm trying to gather my memory before we get back started. Yeah, and I broke down 5, was Mystery Babylon, which is America. And I broke that down already, so I'm not about to go through it again. Oh, I broke down 6 too. And I saw the woman drunken with blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs. Yep. The woman and the beast that carried her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. All right, and I went through that. And I went through 8. So I guess I went through a decent amount. Which a woman sitteth, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must counteth a short space. So I'm not going to read all that. So let's get back into the video, because she brought up some more precepts that I want to go over.
On many waters, and has corrupted the nations. Verse 18 calls her the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. That sounds like a global superpower, not a small city-state. Revelation 18:3 says, the merchants of the earth grew rich from her luxury. Verses 11-13 says, endless in port states. Verse 18 calls her the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. That sounds like a global superpower, not a small city-state. Revelation 18:3 says, the merchants of the earth grew rich from her luxury. Verses 11-13 says, endless in ports, gold, silver. That's massive global trade.
Well, she's definitely been listening to us. She's on point. I don't really feel a reason to intervene with her. She's on point.
Then verse 10 says, in 1 hour her judgment comes, sudden destruction of unmatched wealth. Jeremiah 50.
All right. They call Babylon a hammer of the earth. She's right. But the destruction within 1 hour is talking about nuclear destruction. I'm pretty sure she don't know that part. Nuclear destruction is going to come from the 7 heads and 10 horns, which is the I already went over that too. All right, which is the EU. All right, and they're going to destroy America within 1 hour with 200 million missiles, according to Revelation 9. Starting at the around 18 or somewhere around there.
Hammer of the whole earth. That matches.
Yeah, because America's the hammer of the whole earth, because they're the world superpower, because that was Esau's blessing. His blessing was the sword, the fatness of the earth, and the sword. So that makes him the hammer of the whole entire earth. All right, so he has influence over the whole entire earth, and that's why this new NWO, this new digital ID, is going to be a world thing. That's why Revelations 13 and 16 says the whole world should be tried. All right, because Esau is the hammer of the earth. Whenever you don't do what Esau say, he just comes in your country, takes whatever resource and does whatever the hell he wants, because he has the strongest military and the military power, because he was given the sword.
America's role as the world's military enforcer. Jeremiah 51:7 says, she made the nations drunk with her influence. Exactly what American culture and politics and entertainment.
She's talking about that same harlot, that same whore that was dressed as Scarlet. It's talking about Babylon. All right. So this woman, she been listening to us. All right. She might be an Israelite. We don't know.
13 describes her as rich in treasures and living by many waters, again pointing to a wealthy, water-boarded nation. Verse 53 says, even if Babylon ascends to the heavens, God will bring her down. America claims to have gone to the moon first, even though, that's a whole nother story. But America still dominates the whole space program. Isaiah 47:7-8 describes Babylon saying, I am, and there is none besides me. I will never be a widow or suffer loss. That's pride. That's invulnerability. That's America's mind. And Habakkuk 1:7 says, this nation is feared and dreaded, a law to themselves. That's the picture of a superpower that makes the rules for the rest of the world. Now, some people say Babylon has to be Rome because Revelation 17:9 says the woman sits on 7 hills. And yes, Rome was historically called the city on 7 hills. But here's the thing. In prophecy, mountains and hills often represent kingdoms or seats of power. So the 7 hills could symbolize a coalition of world powers or the 7 continents, pointing to a global reach rather than a single city. And if you look at the context, Revelation isn't describing a small religious city. It's describing the economic superpower of the world, one that merchants cry over when it falls, one that holds military dominance, one that spreads its corruption across the nations. Rome today does not fit that. The Vatican has influence, but it's not the hammer of the earth or the center of global trade. Others say it's Iraq, pointing to ancient Babylon. But Babylon there is ruins, and nothing happening in Iraq today matches Revelation's picture of global influence and sudden collapse. When you line up Revelation, Jeremiah, Isaiah, and Habakkuk, the wealth, the trade, the military, the cultural corruption, the pride, the sudden destruction, America matches all of it. So this is why I believe the U.S. is the Babylon Revelation warns us about.
She's correct. I thought I was going to have more than that to break down the scriptures, but she pretty much did a decent skim through it. If I missed something, so like you. But with that being said, I hope this lets us edify and shalom.